Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula 1 racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Pants. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. A full grid lined up some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL.
Hello everyone, Max speaking here, after like 3 months of not speaking, like in terms of stream and everything. Welcome to, I guess, today's race in Singapore for 2 SRL Tier 2, and I'm accompanied by Pixel today. Hello Pixel.
Hello Max.
So, well, I have to say I'm not really someone who does follow to SRL normally the championship. So maybe can you give me a refresher while we are at it?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's Justin who's leading, but Jonah is in very close contention with him for the championship at the moment. They're the two main contenders. We have some people in the lobby, Clips on and Silent. They're both pretty quick. They're not really a factor in the championship right now, I don't think. So yeah, it's Jonah leading. Justin is second. A couple of points between them, about 14. From the crust further back is in third. He's pretty quick as well. So it should be a decently competitive race today. A couple of really quick drivers in here. So it's going to be an interesting one to watch. Dragon and Sunny, two other very quick drivers as well.
Yeah, I know some of those names, of course, from SLR. So like Wimpy, Tide, Justin, who is French. So yeah, French pride, etc. But yeah, I mean, well, coming back to streaming, I'm actually quite happy that it's Singapore, because like one of my favorite tracks, there's a lot of short corners that you have to take with quite some dexterity, reacceleration and everything. I don't know, what's your opinion, Pixel, on Singapore as of course a racer?
Easily one of my favorite tracks on the game. It's really fun, and it's a track that rewards commitment and rhythm. So if you can find the rhythm, you can be really quite competitive in Singapore.
Yeah, also as now we are watching Sonny starting his lap, I just realized that I'm missing a lot of information for you guys, sorry about it. Yeah, I'm kinda rediscovering even the spectator menu. So, as Sonny goes through turn, oh god, I didn't even count the corner, oh my god. Turn 7, I think, it's gonna go for turn 8 in the second sector. And so far it seems so good. He just bumped a bit the wall, but I think it's gonna be mostly okay for him.
Yeah, usually it's a case of look but don't touch with the walls, but you can get away with rushing them. Every inch of track counts, obviously, so...
Yeah, no, he's gonna get the TRS. And yes, yeah, it's gonna now come across the slowest section of the track, which is sector 3. And as a late driver is coming in, so let's see. Yeah, it seems a bit.
That was
yeah.
very close to an invalidation there.
Yeah, really close. I'm a bit surprised it wasn't counted as not gonna be 2 minutes in. Far so good, I think.
Yeah. This is a really aggressive first lap.
Yeah, that's a miss, I would say. But
I think he might have done that on purpose. Because the strategy here is very definitely medium hard. So I think maybe this was just a run to try and get himself in the flow and not actually qualify on the softs.
Yeah, as Jonah, okay. I thought he was on an hot lap, but seems not. Or maybe it wasn't counted, maybe. That's fine, another driver is currently. Yeah, I think Chris is on an hot lap. It's gonna come across the front. No, actually, I think he's starting one as he's waving his tires.
Yeah, I think they're all doing banker laps. I don't think anyone actually wants to qualify on softs legitimately.
As never in the chat I can see, as said, Jonah invalidated 1.44. Thanks for the information. So yeah, it seems to be all, not really going for any hot laps for now. Try to find one who's may. I think NGG. I think he's on one. I think, judging by his speed, yes he is. So let's see how he's gonna come across turn 5. No, thanks enough. Larson moved away. Arius Furious also does. That can be kind of course with all city track, that can be the problem with the traffic. So really nice to see everyone actually taking care of each other. And, looking at each other and preventing to mess their outlap.
Yeah, it's good to see that.
So as NG goes 4, 5, and directly to first gear.
Yeah, a bit deeper.
Yeah. While we're at it, I don't know, except as I did see NGG going for first gear, I did usually heard that in F1 2020, first gear has to be avoided in the corner. I don't know if you heard anything about it.
Well, really you can use it. It is usable. In 2019 we used it to get extra rotation on the car because the engine braking. Yeah, that was really helpful to turn the car, but it's not really quite so powerful on this game, so you're better off just to maintain a higher gear so you can keep the traction, because it doesn't really provide you with any benefit to downshift for rotation.
Yeah.
So really...
Yeah, please go. Please go.
Really shifting down to very low gears like first gear is just kind of hurting yourself on traction and drive, more so than anything else.
Yeah, I was quite surprised that in 2019 you had a lot of corners where it was a good idea to use first gear because you would get a lot of traction, but in this new game, if you go for first gear, I tend to lose traction actually. I'm like, what? Okay. Well, they did say the game was better oriented, like it is in real life, but I was quite surprised, to be honest, by this change. But I think it's gonna be important to see. Maybe it's gonna play a role for drivers, especially in the city track, to use this first gear. As we know, with Elster going through under the bridge, maybe I think he's gonna finish his lap. He's not gonna get invalidated. So let's see. He already has no more ERS for the last corner, and it's 1.36.5. Seems okay to me. Yeah, I don't really know about the time button in Singapore, to be honest.
Well, I believe Hugo, who is one of the fastest guys in Tier 1, well, probably the fastest, I believe he was able to do a 34, maybe even a 33 on mediums. So there's plenty of time yet, and obviously more track evolution to come, so...
I see.
Probably aiming for... I guess maybe high 34s. If you can get into the 35s at all, I think that's a reasonable effort.
I see. But yeah, I mean, as you did say, indeed, they're gonna play a lot with the strategy with the medium or soft tires for the qualifying. But yeah, is it really like a good idea to start with the medium tires in Singapore?
Yeah, I think so. The softs just overheat and die much too quick. This track is always pretty hard on tires, and my feeling, and I don't know if this is actually true or not, I think the tires in this game are just a little bit softer than the last game. So I think they wear out slightly quicker. And on last game it was medium hard anyway, so it definitely would be in the case of F1 2020.
I have longer on that. This is what I also heard about the tires in the UK.
Yeah. Something interesting worth pointing out, actually. Theoretically, soft, medium, as in the two-stopper, I believe is actually slightly quicker than the one-stop. But the issue is traffic and dirty air.
Yeah.
So, if you could be fortunate with clean air or a well-timed safety car, that would be the superior strategy, but it's quite a risk to try and actually affect that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to say about the number of safety cars in the race. Usually there's almost always one in Singapore. Maybe even always at least two. But let's see. As we did see that NGG just did the fastest lap on 4 laps tires, so yeah, he excelled quite a lot. As we are now following, Justin is also on medium. I think he's also on an hot lap right now. And I think, yeah, he's using ERS hot lap mode.
Yeah, he's actually slightly down on his time, nearly 3/10. But it's possible that he may have backed off in the final sector on his soft lap. So we'll have to wait and see now, just a couple more corners, whether this is an improvement or not. I'd suspect it is.
As we are now watching from the black Mercedes car, it's gonna go through the last few corners, and it's a woof! Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think that's more like a, let's say, a real time for qualifying.
Definitely, yeah.
So yeah, he just put a gap of 1.3 to NGG, so yeah, I think it's gonna be maybe like a wake-up call for everyone to say, okay, let's stop pretending to do laps and now let's do real laps.
Yeah. I believe Sonny did a low 33 earlier in the week, so I think he should be capable of doing a 34 on mediums. So he might be in contention for the pole here.
Yeah, I do think so. Wimpy, as it goes a bit wide, I think, in the pin. Let's see as he catches DRS. So we come to the third sector. Yeah, he's 1/10 up in the second sector for now.
Yeah, I think this might be probably a high 35, judging by the second sector split. Not really maximizing the track as much as he could. There's definitely time on the table. A bit tentative with his steering there into the final chicane. He took a second bite at the steering.
Yeah.
Maybe not super confident on the mediums, and that's actually a 36.
Yeah, that's quite a gap still.
Yeah.
I think Blender isn't on the hot lap. Let's try to find someone. Formula Chris, are you? No, you're not. Jonah, no, you're not. There is Fadzi, the late coming driver. Is, I think, yeah, he is on an hot lap right now. He comes down.
Yeah,
the
very
hairpin.
deep into the hairpin
Yeah.
there. Took a while to get back on the power, so that's going to cost him quite a bit. And yeah, this is quite a slow lap actually.
Yeah. Oof.
5.4 at the second sector split. Justin was 2.7, I believe.
Yeah. Oof.
So he's a couple of seconds down on the pole currently, and
Yeah.
driving is a little bit scrappy, I think you could fairly say.
Yeah, he's a bit. He blocked his tires quite a few times in the last corner. So let's see how it's gonna come for his first time of the session. Ooh, that was
Well,
nicely tech, I think, and 149.
Well, credit where credit is due. He's only 5 seconds off the pole with no hands. So. Better than I can do with no hands.
Yeah, almost, yeah, magic, I guess. As Larson is also on the hot lap now, on his AlphaTauri, which personally I think it's the most beautiful car on the grid this year.
Yeah, it's a really great color scheme, I think. Quite distinct, really. We've never really had a color scheme like that.
Yeah, yeah, and the funny thing is that in the game they consider it as a dark blue, where I don't understand. I would have thought they would have put white or black to represent the car. But again, I'm just nitpicking on here. As Larson is finishing his lap and it's 1:36, still quite miles away from Justin for now.
Yeah, Justin is very much alone
Yeah, but
at the top there.
there's not that much time left for them to go lap. So
Yeah. Well, Silent and Jonah are on laps, so yeah, Jonah's probably about 3/10 down on Justin's lap at the moment.
as Esther is saying, bye guys, I'm out for now. So let's see. I was just on Trevor Linden, as he's also on a fast lap. I think the last one for the session for him. So now he's going to come across the last portion of the track, going gently over the curb. Let's see from the onboard. Yeah, forget. Oh, actually, he released the ERS. Maybe I think it is on purpose. Yes, it is. Because all of our drivers, they had no more ERS coming from the last corner and the last acceleration, and he decided to actually take it off. Oh no, actually he's on hot lap now. Okay. This guy makes my head.
Yeah.
I don't understand anymore what he's doing. And Justin has just put a 1:34.
Yeah, that's he hasn't done another lap. That's just the lap time he has earlier.
Okay.
Farmer Chris has jumped up to second
Okay,
with a 35.4.
I did wonder if there was some change in the order. Yeah.
Granat ever so close to the 35, but not quite.
Yeah, let's see, as he's on an hot lap now. With his medium tires, but as we can see, all except 3 drivers are on soft, they are all on mediums. So that may neglect a bit the advantage of the tire they have chosen for the strategy. Larson is retiring in 5th place. So let's see now, as Granat is going down the hairpin. Whoa! Oh, nicely tech. Nice, really nice. So now he's taken the DRS. It's going to come now for the 3rd sector. And
Yeah,
Dragon,
he's a 10th up.
Dragon just did 1:34. He's on pole. Okay.
Yeah, good lap.
Really good job on him. And yeah, sorry guys, I'm just gonna finish with Granat just to see what is on lap. So it's gonna take the final corners. And yeah, okay, he did improve but not enough. It's still gonna be like P6 for now.
Yeah, it was a decent effort from him.
And Furious is P5. No, Chris is not.
And Silence goes P3.
Yes, and Justin just has taken again the lead
Yeah, he's
by 5. Nice. Whoa.
holding it by 5 milliseconds. That's probably like an end plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just a corner, just taking a bit less of a bump, or yeah, it can really be up to that at this point. So Dragon, yeah, wasn't on an outlap, so he's not gonna be able to improve. He was the last driver to do a lap. No, Jonah is not gonna do one. Pepe.
Wimpy is on for about a 10th of improvement. No, he's out to be arrested and is going to bill into the pits.
Yeah, Pepe is just go up to P6. Well done on last lap.
Yep, good effort.
And yeah, it's gonna be the end of the qualifying session.
Yep. So only 2 drivers got into the 34s, but the 2 that did so quite comfortably in the end.
Yeah.
Quite a big spread across the field from first to last. Surprising that Jonah never did a competitive time. He's usually one of the quick guys, but having issues of some kind or another.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe some kind of, you know, your usual fun YouTube video from last to first. I don't know, maybe. So
Could be.
could be. So again, we have Justin in pole, followed by Dragon, and then Sonny in the Williams. Then close to him, we have Silence, followed then by Cubson, Pepe, Chris, Furious, Granat, Goran, and Larson for the top 10. And the top 10 is actually in yeah, it was still quite a split, as it goes from almost 1.95 seconds between first and 10th place. So now, as we're gonna go now to the actual race.
Yeah, apparently Jonah had invalidated 134 on the softs, and then obviously tried to do a lap on the mediums, didn't put it together.
Yeah.
So he must have had an issue of some kind. Not entirely sure what that might have been, but maybe someone can tell us in chat.
Yeah.
And of course, we don't actually know the weather for the race. It appears to be dry, as was the quali, but if anyone wants to let us know in chat what the weather forecast is, it'd be very cool.
Yeah, well, I'm in a bit for a surprise myself. I would prefer to actually witness the weather starting to go wet and me spilling the beans and being like, oh, there's rain.
Yeah. Furious saying dry, which I would have suspected given the fact that everyone qualified on mediums. If it was going to rain early, probably softs. Or maybe if it was going to rain at some point later in the race, some people might have... Well, actually, you can't qualify on hard, so that doesn't matter.
True. So, as we are going to the formation lap, so we're gonna follow right now the guy on pole. Furious said he did a huge mistake in sector 3. Still plenty to gain through the race, so I wouldn't be too disappointed about it for him. So let's see. I'm gonna try to put all the data.
So something interesting to note as regards strategy. Everyone on mediums running the standard strategy except Lambert and Jonah running the counter strategy. So they're going to try and play the long game.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see what Jonah does. As you did say, he could have done actually a really good lap in qualifying. Maybe we're not gonna like see most of the race, and at the end of the race, we're gonna be like, oh, actually, he can maybe play a good role in it.
Yeah. Maybe he just wants the game to give him driver of the day. Maybe that's what's going on
That's
here.
something I didn't thought about. That's actually pretty clever. Yeah. So the game. Whoa! I didn't even. Yes, I did know actually about it. But the game proposed you actually the pit stop strategy.
Yeah, and it's usually somewhat inaccurate. As I've said, yeah, unfortunately. As I've said, the recommended strategy is medium to hard. It's like generally the one stop is the safe strategy because you get to keep track position and you minimize time loss in the pits. So medium hard is the best way to go. Hard medium, you'll definitely be a lot quicker at the end than those cars around you. And if you're a brave soul or reckless, not sure which, you could try the two-stop.
Yeah, let's see as the tension even inside my arms are beating up for the start. I'm ready with my fingers on the camera. Ready for everything. So let's see now as Justin is gonna come for his... Yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
So Jonah and Faizi having spins on the outlap, and that's gonna have held everyone up a lot. So their tires will be cooling down all this time.
Yeah, indeed. It's a bit, surprising. Let's see now.
Yeah, so Jonah, the last to form up, he's gonna have the hottest tires of everyone, especially with that spin.
Faizi now has 5 headlights and bats.
And now we're going.
Here we go. As
Furious has gotten a really great start. What a launch!
So,
already a couple of positions up.
Silence is low. P3 now, as we see Justin. Yes, so far so good. No, I think no contact. Well done, everyone. Let's see now. Are there gonna come the first long straight? As maybe Sonny is gonna think about a move. No, he's not. He's just being careful with. As we see now, Furious and Chris battling for P6. Just behind, AGG is trying to maybe see about catching. Behind, we did see that Wimpy. Jonah is already P12.
Yeah,
wow.
scything his way through.
Wow.
What a start.
What a start, indeed.
Yeah, but Wimpy having a look. The side's better of it. That was a wise decision. Can't really go too wide there.
Listen.
So Jonah in P12 already. That's an incredible start.
Yeah, well done to him. Okay, so I think he's on already. But now maybe it's gonna start to become a bit harder for him as he's on the hard tires now.
Yeah. Well, really, this is the phase of the first stint where it's going to be most competitive because everyone's tripping over themselves, finding track position, and they're trying not to hit each other. So Jonah can drive a bit more naturally and just drive to the pace of the people around him. Once they find their own space, they're going to get quicker and they're going to leave Jonah behind a little bit, as you can start to see already. But that initial starting phase is when he'll be strongest.
As we can already see a train. Okay, I don't know why the speed stop strategy keeps popping up for me. I don't know. Anyway, also Larson, he got 8th place down. Maybe there was actually some contact at the start that I didn't see.
Yeah, issues of some kind or another. And Barty also lost a couple of positions, but that would be expected given he's on the harder tire.
Let's follow, because I think there's quite a battle between, for P6 between Chris, Furious, and NGG. I think Furious, is gonna try a move. Oof. That was a bit late for Chris, but I think it's good enough. Let's see now from a more onboard view. He's really putting the pressure on. I think maybe there was a warning, but I couldn't catch it. I don't know if you did see it, Pixel.
There's a penalty for Faisy. That was probably what you saw there.
For contact or
I've not seen. I've not seen any contact yet. It's been relatively clean, but obviously, Larson went down the order. Something has happened to him.
okay, as there's a bit of a battle for the fastest lap for now. Justin is a bit not really pulling away, but he's having a really decent gap. Furious almost lost him.
Crucially, though, Justin hasn't broken DRS to Sonny. But the top four have broken away from Grant. There is a bit of a gap there.
Yeah. And so now, as I think Chris may try to have a look on Grant, he's thinking about it. In order, and NGG stays in front of Cubzon. Jonah is staying ahead of Wimpy, still on his hard tires, but he's, he doesn't seem to be able to close the gap with Elster, so I think it's just gonna be the waiting game, I think, for him. Plus, I think this kind of gap can actually be pretty good to not have any dirty air and actually maximize the potential of his hard tires. So maybe that's actually really great for him.
Yeah, it could potentially be a benefit, but the issue is that he has cars attacking him from behind, so he might have to drive defensively, which is obviously going to cost him time.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Good thing you did told me. I didn't witness that. Wimpy is actually really all on his back.
Yep. Wimpy's best shot is probably going to be down into turn 5. The DRS on the start-finish straight, it's a little bit too short to really affect an overtake. It's more about closing the gap in to set up the overtake in turn 5 more than anything.
As no Wimpy goes a bit wide, but catches DRS and is catching on Jonah. But, well, of course not to say boring, but pretty professional from every driver so far for the start of this race.
Yeah, it's been relatively tame so far, not really any particular incidents. Obviously still not sure what happened to Larson, but besides that, it's been fine.
Yeah, and let's see, as maybe Wimpy is gonna think about the dive. No, he's not, but he's really all on his back, almost pushing him.
Yeah, he's getting eager. He thought about it, but the space wasn't really quite there.
No, that's a more difficult corner than you actually think, especially when you have the DRS. You have all this extra speed, and sometimes you can get caught and actually overshot the corner by a mile.
Yeah, it's easily done. And there's a crash of some kind here. Yeah, General Pepe's gone round, and Elster's gotten caught up in that. I think he must have clipped the apex on the inside.
Yeah, that's
I think easy to do, but very costly.
Yeah, and I think his front wing is damaged. Yes, I think it is. So we'll have to.
Yeah.
So let's see. I think nobody else did lose any position from that.
Elster's lost a bit of his wing though, and he's lost the DRS of Gubzon as well.
So he's gonna come back.
So it's cost him.
As Sonny no, he's not putting into the pit. He seems to think it's okay. And as Wimpy is losing the ground on Jonah, and his teammate is starting to catch him. Actually, Wimpy lost the position indeed. He did lose the position.
Yeah, so in that mix-up, Wimpy actually lost the position to Tilda. So, not really what he would have wanted, but he's gained one and lost one. So effectively he's where he started before that whole incident.
And now Jonah is all on the back of Elster. And to be honest, Pixel, from a racing point of view, on some tracks losing a bit of your front wing isn't a problem. Sometimes it even makes it better. But usually in Singapore, I feel like if I have just a bit of damage, I have to pit, because it's unbearable to do this track with the damage front wing. I think
Yeah, the time loss from front wing damage varies track to track. As you might expect, lower downforce circuits, it's lots of penalty and can even gain you on the straights, but somewhere high downforce like Singapore, it's quite huge.
and now Silent is along the back of Sonic. For second place.
Yep. Justin just about broken DRS, or has he? It's really close.
He's really controlling the race so far. No mistakes, just pulling a consistent gap for now. And just as I say that Silent is catching, he's not catching anymore, so let's see someone else. And yeah, there's still this battle for P6, I mean even P5 with Granat, Chris, Furious and Cubson. And actually Cubson pass and GG? No, I'm not sure anymore. As there's... Ooh.
Yeah, I believe Cubson did pass him at some point.
Yeah, I think Chris may try to... Yeah, he's gonna go right the outside, let's see. There's a bit of a
A
bump.
little bit of contact, yeah.
But he's gonna have the advantage for the next corner, and that's it. Well done, Chris. Yeah, perfect. I mean, just a fair racing, I think.
Yeah, not sure what the contact was. I think maybe Chris tried to turn it a little bit too aggressively and Granat outbroke himself a little bit, but Chris still managed to get through, so not too much harm done in the end.
Yes, Cubson, I think, yes, he's gonna try a move on Furious. Ooh, there's a bit of locking up, there's a bit of a bang, but Cubson does it. Well done, both Renault at once. Viva la France and everything. Oh, come on, there is a French team, I have to say it.
Understandable.
Cubson has a bit lost it. I think that's gonna put Furious in a good position to maybe try to get his position back. No, actually going too far.
Yeah, too much understeer.
Yeah. But actually Cubson is catching Granat now. As this seems to... Oh no, F-Star, okay, I think F-Star certainly is going for the bit to change his front wing, I guess. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yep.
So let's see now, as Justin still has a comfortable lead over Sonic, and followed then by Silent, we're still putting some pressure on him. A bit later we have Dragon, who's doing his race so far. And then we have P5 Chris, who is already starting to pull a gap on Grant.
And Furious is around, he's on the wall, pointing backwards. Not sure what happened there.
And yeah, he lost his front wing, maybe a contact, I don't know, maybe just clip the wall. He's now in P14. Yeah. That's a shame. Yeah. Jonah is now P9. Yeah, there's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
There's no very results.
Yeah, driving the strategy to perfection. Like the key point to the strategy is to keep the pace up and keep out of drama, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Also, Tiger has been overtaken by Wimpy. So there's quite a battle for P10 between the two Red Bull drivers. MGG with behind Cubson. Cubson has no more the pressure from Furious. He wants to pass Granat, but Granat keeps in the DRS zone of Chris, so it's not gonna help him for now. As game tells me that it's actually starting for the pit stop for everyone. It seems to be quite early, lap 8 on medium.
Yeah. Cubson's just picked up the 3-second time penalty, trying to make turn 4 as wide as possible. He's lost too much ground on Granat. He's gonna have luck, but he was too far back. Got a poor run through turn 4, and that kind of sealed the deal on that one.
As Pepe get the 3-second time penalty, Furious is going into the pit, I guess, for his front wing. I think he did change it, and he's now on the hard tires. Jana is actually closing on NGG. little by little. Well, he can just do his race.
Yeah. Well, at this point, the mediums are past their best, and the hards are starting to come to a little bit more. So they'd be approaching parity in terms of the pace.
Yeah, as no, I'm gonna switch to silent because it seems not close enough to try a move on Sonny, but oh, as there is a yellow flag.
Yeah, that's Feisy.
Certainly doing a spin.
Yeah.
I won't.
Doing his best Sebastian Vettel cosplay.
I wouldn't be too.
In the wrong car though, the number 16.
I wouldn't be too. To be honest, this corner sometimes I also get a bit surprised by the lack of downforce you can have on side of it.
Yep.
And you lose the back end. Ooh, Jonah, a bit of a move. And Fadesy has left the session, maybe explaining the problem he did has. NDG is changing his front wing. Well, fake changing, but yeah, great cam. The game. Dragon is now P13 as he was P4. He did change his tires for the hard, so yeah, that's still like 22 laps, 23 even on the hard tire. That's gonna be long for him.
Well, this is approaching the right time to do it. Yeah. Problems for NGJ.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he maybe missed the exit from the pit lane.
Yep. Judging by the damage he has on the car and which side of the car he got it on, I think he clipped the pit exits when you go to the left to avoid turn 1. It's easy to hit that wall, as NJJ must have done. He's decided to throw in the towel bin. Retired on track, which is a bit of a no-no. The standard procedure is to go into the pit and retire. If you retire on track, you can cause the safety car. Yeah. Thankfully, he didn't, but that may still be a penalty for him.
Yellow flag.
Oh, there's a McLaren off. Elfster. Pointing the wrong way.
It's really not his try so far. As Silent is going into the pit. Or the hard tires. And Cubson is also in the pit. So I think, I think we're gonna start to see everyone switching to the hard tires from now.
Yeah, it's about time for that.
Okay, also Wimpy. Let's see who else.
So, at some point soon, Jonah's going to take the lead of the race. It won't be a legitimate lead, obviously, but he will be running around in P1 for a couple of laps anyway, once the pit stop cycle through.
Yeah, Silent is coming outside, behind Dragon and Larson, who are fighting for P9. And Dragon takes it.
Yep.
Oh, that was easy.
Yeah, so Dragon affected a pretty good undercut there. He was behind Silent, true. So he's managed to do that pretty well, and he's now put a car between himself and Silent as well. So that was good strategic work by Dragon there.
So it sounds like a fairway strategy from Silent again, but yeah.
Yep. Well, I can't really blame Silent for doing the strategy he did. Generally, you want a bit around the lap 10. That's kind of the optimal window. But obviously, Dragon sacrificing his late race tire life for the undercut, which is worth it considering they were in contention for a podium.
As Tidog just got overtaken by Lambert, but he's on old medium tires now. While our leaders are still going with medium tires, and Chris is going to the pit. Asphalt is still going. And yeah, Justin has just put has put 2 second advantage on Sonny. Yeah, it's really kind of like an Hamilton race, just in control, just losing his tires, going long and doing his thing.
Yeah, he's driving this quite well, quite controlled, no mistakes. He doesn't have any warnings, which is quite impressive. So doing exactly what he needs to do, really.
Also, changing his front wing, maybe the contact from earlier. It's gonna come quite down, but just we are not even halfway through the race, so there's still a lot that can happen now. We did see some mistakes.
Yep, the race is still young yet, and in SLR Tier 1 yesterday, that's a perfect example of it. We had a safety car 4 laps from the end, and we also had absolute carnage on the last lap. There was an incident involving probably 6 or 7 cars on the final lap, so there's still plenty of time for drama to happen. Nothing is set in stone yet.
And for now, the race is pretty interesting to me. You can see some groups of fights. It's not like that much speed between each other driver. And there's gonna be the element of tire strategy which is gonna play a part.
Yep. Justin and Sonny pitting.
Yeah, as I'm on Sonny.
Granat as well. So Jonah's gonna take the lead of the race for now.
As Justin gonna come out behind Lambert. Actually, maybe behind Trevor Linden? Yes, he is. Oh! Dragon!
Dragon has had a
Massive undercut.
Massive undercut,
Wow.
yeah.
I think he has like 5 seconds. I think he did got 5 seconds. That's wow, really impressive.
Yeah. Dragon's driven the wheels off that thing to effect as good an undercut as he did.
Yeah, that's yeah. I wasn't sure about coming this early, but wow, this is working really great. As so, Granat is on soft. We're gonna have to see if it plays well for him. He was in the fight constantly with the two runners, so and actually he's behind them. So
yeah, but he's come out on soft, which is the. I don't know, was that intended or was that a mistake?
No, but I think he has to take advantage from it to pass the two runner driver and maybe even catch the guy ahead when he can.
Yeah, you can see how much more grip he has on Formula Chris.
As there is also a fight, I think, in front. Yeah, Dragon is just on the back of Trevor Linden. He's saying, okay man, come on, go to the pit, I have just in my bag, come on. The tires need to last, please, leave, please. And I think, yeah, he's gonna come to the pit.
Trevor pits, but that's cost Dragon. He had broken the DRS to Justin, but now Justin firmly back in it.
He's no right on his back. That's gonna be a battle for the lead. Let's see, Justin is taking the corner quite nicely. He's gonna come to the DRS zone. Of course, Dragon's not gonna have it anymore.
And Dragon 3 seconds.
Yeah, let's see now as I think yes, he's gonna be able to make a try on the inside, and yes, Dragon not even fighting it, to be honest.
Yeah, not really much point fighting it now, because they still have to make sure to try and bolt ahead to defend against the counter strategy of Jonah.
As Granat had just passed Chris, thanks to his new soft tires. So now he's gonna have to catch Kebzon. Let's see as the rest will be, as yeah, there's quite a gap now. Of almost 10 seconds. And still at the top, Jonah with a 4-second advantage on Lambert, who he himself has a 4.5-second advantage on Justin. But at which lap do you think they're gonna pit Pixel?
I would guess probably about lap 19, lap 20. Maybe a little bit earlier than that, because later in the race, when there's less fuel, the tires are a bit less, so they might decide to pit maybe, lap 18. But in any case, there's a couple of laps left before they come into the pits.
And well, where do you think he's gonna come out, Jonah?
Jonah, I would predict probably, just looking at the gaps as they are now, I'd have to guess about P9.
Yeah, I think the gap is good enough for Wimpy. Just it's gonna be close, but I think it's gonna be okay.
I think he has a couple of seconds in change to Wimpy. So yeah, it's gonna be behind this the rest of the top 9,
Also,
definitely.
also, Dragon is keeping track of Justin. And to be honest, his tires are, I think, only 3 laps more, so it's not that much. I think maybe it's gonna.
Yes, so it's not a huge difference in terms of the hard tires. There wouldn't be a lot of wear in the difference there. So
It's behind Silent, who has actually passed Sony thanks to the strategy. Even if he did lost to Dragon, like all of them, he did pass Sony by going before him, and Sony gets a 3-second penalty.
yep, not ideal for Sonny. That's his first of the race, I believe. Yeah, it is.
And thus, can you please look if Silent also has any penalty or warnings?
I believe he does. Well, it's not. Yeah. He's on 2 warnings. Silent. Dragon, as we know, has a time penalty. Justin has 1 warning. Lambert has nothing. Jonah has a penalty.
Let's see, Sony, can he try? I think that's definitely the battle for P3, and okay, Silent has just pulled away a bit.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what was going on there. That seemed a bit odd.
Yeah, I would have thought he would have fought more. They're on the same strategy, so okay.
Yeah, rather peculiar.
Maybe I think also he had less ERS, so that's maybe why. And also, as we can see, Sony is close to being not out of fuel, but to the -0. So maybe the car of Sony is also lighter than Silent for now.
It could potentially be, but I don't think that has a huge impact at this point in the race.
Chief, I did see what you have written in the chat, and I won't say what it is, but it is one of the words that normally YouTube says it's a big no. Anyway, it's not my channel, so anyway, let's go back to more serious matters. As Silent isn't leaving the gap to Sony, he's not gonna. Maybe he's just playing the passion games. He's just gonna wait for another occasion.
Yellow flag somewhere. That's General Pepe. He's spawned on the start-finish straight, and he's got a lot of wing damage on the left-hand side. That's going to be quite painful, and he has to go the whole way around. Pretty much the worst possible spot to get that.
Not just is all on the back of Lambert, but Dragon is here, and he's waiting maybe to catch the pieces from it.
Yeah, Lambert not really giving it up easy, even though he's on the different strategy. So making life hard for Justin, and that's inviting Dragon in.
Fake dive from Justin to put the pressure on. Okay, come on, mate. I'm not doing the same race. But I do think Lambert has no. Yeah. Shouldn't let him pass.
It is in Lambert's interest to try and hold them up as much as possible because he is on the counter strategy, and realistically I don't think he'll be able to catch them, but he'd want to try, so any bit of damage he can do to their races stands in his favour.
Okay, Lambert gets some DRS from Fatesy. Is a lap down and actually out, I think.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons we say retire your car, don't just leave the session. Because it can do things like that which can change the outcome of the race.
Now I think Lambert can't Yeah, he's not gonna be able to pass him. Oh, he's maybe thinking, no, he's not. He's maybe gonna take it in the next. No, he's not. He's still waiting.
Yeah.
As thank you notification is not the time. Ah,
Yeah,
sorry,
critically
sorry.
for Justin, he has no battery left. General Pepe retires.
Okay. That's also gonna be a race of attrition, so let's see. Justin is starting to lose a bit of his cool because he can see Dragon is right behind him.
Yeah. This is helping Jonah a lot. He's growing the gap out to these
Yeah.
three.
I'm gonna try to catch back the interval because it's a bit, yeah. So guys, I don't know why it's a bit messing up. I can't show again the interval. Just between Jonah, Lambert, Justin and Dragon. But okay, Justin seems closer this time and Lambert has no DRS. Will he try in the first corner? No, he's not. Being more cautious about it. He's gonna try to take a long turn to have more traction about it. As Granat is already in the pit. Ooh, he's thinking about going right the outside, but it gives the opportunity.
Yeah.
No, Dragon couldn't.
Wasn't really on there. So he's just compromised his own run and left himself with nothing to combat Lambert on the straight. It's a bit hasty and not the smartest way of doing it
No.
from Justin, and that's going to cost him
I
yet
think
more time.
I don't know what happened to Dragon, but I think he was lucky that Dragon had more speed outside. Ooh! As there is, yeah, Lambert did move. I don't know if it was really that nice from Lambert.
It was aggressive, but there wasn't anything particularly wrong with it.
There's
I
a
don't think.
contact. Okay, he's gonna have the arrest, but again, he seems too far away. And yeah, Jonah is now 6 seconds ahead. Oh, Justin, yeah, he's starting to, due to the dirt here, to lose a bit. His car.
Yeah, and at this rate, we're gonna have a big train behind Lambert.
Yeah, Jonah must be, if you see it with his map, I guess so. But he must
Yeah.
be, how do you say, check his end. I mean, not really check, but
Yeah.
profiting from it a lot.
Yeah, so if Jonah's aware of what's going on, it's in his interest to pit now onto the
Yes.
mediums and make hay with the sunshines while this group is stuck behind Lambert and gain a lot of time on
Yeah,
them
as
in
no-
clear air.
Indeed, just catch. Sonny is now on the back of Dragon. Hello guys, what's
Yeah.
going on? There's a fight? Okay, I'm in.
Yeah, and Justin's still too far back. And he's no battery, he's not saving anything, so he's nothing left to fight with.
Yeah, Lambert is doing an amazing job himself.
Yeah, he's crucially for Lambert, he's getting the drive off the corner and he has the ERS to defend as well.
Point of view on it in this battle. As also Furious, I think, is on. I'm gonna stick to this battle. Furious is passing tiled for 10th place. I'm gonna keep on this battle because I feel like anything could happen at any point. And that could have great incidence on the final result of the race. Cubezone is also on the back of Silent. Let's see now as... Yeah, he's really all on the back of him, come on. Let's see now. Maybe Lambert actually gonna pit this lap. No, he's not, he still goes on. But Jonah is pitting.
Yeah. Jonah doing as I suggested.
Yeah, he's maybe gonna try a dive. No, still not. Still too far away. That's really a lot of time being lost as Silent has gone to the pit.
Yeah, and Justin using his battery there when there's no way through. This is just not to be offensive, but it's just silly driving by Justin.
He seemed to be closer, but again, he's not catching that much.
Yeah, and he'd wasted a couple of % of his battery earlier on, which could have made the difference. This is just... it's just
there is a
needless.
contact, and Sonny and Dragon are fighting hard. Dragon being caught at his own game, it seems. Oh, Sonny almost lost it. But he did manage to catch it. So Justin, Lumber, that was a bit sideways. Certainly his R tires starting to go down. But that's what I'm thinking, like, he's gonna wear their tires a lot. Justin is gonna try right the outside.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
long way
that's
around
gonna
though.
be it. No, still not, I think.
Uh,
I think still not. Ooh!
yeah, Lambert
there's
has the
contact.
inside.
Justin takes it. Yeah, Lambert has lost a lot. I think his tires are dead. But there was definitely contact. Sorry guys, I couldn't catch a better camera for it. Maybe Lambert did have some damage from it.
I don't believe he does.
Yeah, it seems not.
Certainly not significant, but
And yeah,
yeah, just this whole sequence has been pretty poorly played by Justin, to be honest.
everything is true. And 20 laps on the R tires again. Nice job, Lambert. I really hope he has a good result at the end of it, because he really did master his plan and kept the leader of the race for like at least 5 laps.
Something Neber and Tipsy have pointed out in chat. Justin went off the track to do the overtake, and he hit Lambert in the process.
Yeah.
So, like, really, this... If Justin had played this a bit smarter, he'd have been passed laps ago, and none of this would have happened. But he's really damaged his own race and damaged his own prospects.
Okay, I did what first would try on Lambert, who came out of the pit in P8. P went back to the pit, and now good old race goes on between Justin, Dragon, Sonny, and actually Silent was fighting for the P3. He's now down to pin 10. It's actually now the...
Oh! Big contact there with Furious, and he's around. And caused some issues for the racing points. Just ran way too deep, hit Furious in the rear, spun around, lost some wing. Just didn't play that particularly smart.
May have a runner on the podium at the end. Jonah just is doing the fastest lap. He's
to be expected.
He's 12 seconds behind. Do you think he can catch for the lead? Because no, I'm really thinking he can maybe get it.
Well, his last lap there was 1.8 seconds faster.
Okay.
So he's going to give it a red hot go.
I think that's so good. We're gonna have to see.
Yeah, he's already caught about a second on this lap.
His first, let's say, victim is gonna be Chris. There's still like 5 seconds between each other, but yeah, he's catching really fast. Lambert is 14 seconds behind. I think this battle with Justin costed him a lot. I think he could have got to... Yeah. I think the result of his good strategy will be quite hampered by this move from Justin.
Yeah. Yeah, Jonah's catching at a rate of knots. It's about... Yeah, it's going to be about 2 seconds this lap, nearly.
So now, as not quite often, but we do see us actually fighting for good position. Oof! Yeah, okay.
Yeah, faster again.
Again, a new fastest lap, 1:47.9.
Yep. He gained 2 seconds there.
We do see by almost every instant, we do see the gap closing on Chris. Just this last corner, he just gained 1.2 seconds.
Yeah. So the gap is already less than 3 seconds from the Chris.
So at the front, Justin has put a gap on Dragon outside of DRS, as Dragon has done on Sonic. But Cubzon is not only on the back of Sonic, so let's see. But now I'll stick to Jonah, who must be going hard on his tires to catch, because I think he can definitely sense there is something great for him at the end of this race if he push.
Yep, essentially.
Using a bit of the overtake as going into the. He's already at 1.5 seconds behind Chris.
Yeah, catching at a rate of knots.
And I think while Justin had a hard time to pass Lambert, I think Jonah for him it's gonna be easy. But he has to do it quick because Chris is losing time on the leaders. I think he was at 6 seconds 3 laps ago. Now he's at 8 seconds. So you must pass him pretty quickly. I see maybe Chris is a bit looking up. Maybe he's gonna be able to do it right now. Chris is placing him right in the middle. He's gonna choose the.
Yeah, he's got the drive.
Outside. I think he's letting Jonah by. Yes, he is. P5 for Jonah.
Yeah, this has been a really good drive from Jonah.
Chris is not.
Started P18 up to P5.
No, Jonah has 7.5 seconds to catch the leader. It's going to be a bit of time as there is a battle between Furious and Granat. Let's see, as Furious is on the outside in this unorthodox place, but I think he does it. Yes, yes it is. Well done, Furious. But Granat actually is gonna come back. Ooh. And I think there was a contact between the two drivers. Yeah, Granat was almost off in the wall. Yeah, Furious seems to be struggling with his tires, but I think he has to go to the. Oh, there is a contact.
Oh, what was that?
I think. What's Furious? I think Furious
What?
is.
What is going
I
on
think
here?
Furious is losing his momentum. I think he certainly lost the back end. Maybe out of frustration, he didn't catch his car before hitting the wall. So let's see. Oh,
I don't know what Furious is doing. That whole sequence with Granat looks a bit sketchy to me.
He did mostly kind of weirdly. Okay.
Yeah, that contact with the straight looked somewhat intentional, I have to say. Weird for someone to just brake on the straight and turn into someone else as they pass by. Not to say that it definitely was an intended swipe, but that's how it looked.
I see. Our silent is on soft tires now, and is on the fastest lap. MP being P11, so maybe let's catch now the leaders as Stormy is still on the back of Dragon, with Cubzon a bit more far behind. Jonah P5! The magic of having a keyboard with functions which auto start YouTube, good thing.
Well, Jonah has picked up 3 seconds.
Jonah? Oh, and Cubzon is in the
Yeah.
pit. Okay, so he did. Oh no, he's gonna change his front wing. Maybe he did a mistakes.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be on soft tires at least. Will he come ahead of Lambert? I think not, no. But I think he's gonna cut ahead of Tide.
Yeah, he should do quite comfortably.
I think did Jonah lose a bit of time? He's 6 seconds behind Sonny. He seems to have. Oh, no, actually, I think he did catch a bit. In the meantime, behind we have. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a battle. As Tide and Granat were already fighting each other, and now Cubson is just ahead. And Granat passing.
Yeah, Cubson has already started to gap them.
Oh, Silent is doing another fastest lap.
Yeah, so Sonny closing in on Dragon, and Dragon in turn closing in on Justin.
I think the gap is still quite large between Sonny and Jonah for him to catch. I think his hope is that they start to fight each other. But for now, yeah.
So crucially, Jonah and Sonny are even on penalties, so it's a straight fight between the two of them for P3. Dragon is on 1 penalty, and Justin has no penalties.
Okay.
So as it stands, it will be Justin's race to lose.
And well, you can see the effect on the softest tire. Kevin was 1 lap before just ahead of Granat fighting with Tide, and 1 lap after is like 3 seconds ahead. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a significant space advantage.
Lambert is now P6. I think he's not gonna be able to catch Chris, but I think that's still a really good result for him.
Yeah, it's been a good effort.
Maybe go for P5 if not for the battle with Justin. But overall, I think it's still a pretty good race for him.
Yeah, well, I don't think the battle with Justin itself was the issue, just the contact at the end and the ensuing time lost.
Spheres is now doing the fastest lap with medium tires. You see now, as Jonah is 4 seconds, he's catching again the guys in front. But there's gonna be 4 laps left. That doesn't seem that much for him to be able to get a place on the podium.
Yeah, Jonah is really close now to the front. He's gained a lot of time. Still quite a bit left to gain if he wants a podium. But he's closed that gap massively from about 20 seconds.
The problem is that his tire's gonna start to give him some troubles now.
Yeah, he's so what's happened now, he's not really gaining at the rate he was, because the edge grip of the tire is gone now. So he will still gain, but it won't be as significant as it was in the early part of the stint.
Sonny is now all on the back of Dragon. Like 5/10.
Yeah, and crucially within DRS range as well. Dragon isn't in the DRS of Justin, so it's advantage Sonny, who also has slightly fresher tires. Whether or not that turns out to be a significant advantage or not remains to be seen. Silent retires in the pits.
Sad to see. I think he was on the start of his race was pretty great. He lost a lot with the contact, I think. If I remember. And there is a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is it? I think it was Cubson. Yes, it was Cubson who did lost it. I think in the hairpin.
Yeah, he's got a lot of damage on the wing. Yeah, so it's gone from bad to worse for Cubson.
Jonah is now 3 seconds behind.
In the 10 phase.
I think that's gonna come to the last lap where it's gonna be right behind them.
Yeah.
So let's see now, does he see them from his camera? Yes, it does see them. That must give him more appetite to finish this race.
Yeah, it certainly will, but at the same time, Jonas going to be upset about having picked up those penalties, because if he hadn't, he would be effectively ahead, and Cubson retires.
Wow.
Retiring in the pits, understandably upset about his race,
Yeah.
but could still score some points potentially, I think, so...
Yeah, I do agree. I don't understand.
Yeah, but I guess he just didn't really see the point of continuing. Cubson is one of the faster guys in this split, so lesser points positions probably don't really matter a great deal to him.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one I will have still go for. A point is still a point, but yeah.
Yeah.
Jonah is 2 seconds behind. I think that's really gonna come down to this last lap. That's gonna be right behind them. But will he have enough life in his tires and also in himself, as we know that Singapore is quite a difficult race to manage in terms of stress, in terms of pressure. A mistake like
Yeah, and losing the rear a bit in
as you can see,
turn
the
1 there.
pressure is starting to peeling on him. And mistakes can easily be done at this stage. Ooh, his car is sliding a bit. As indeed, Wimpy is packing points thanks to Cubson retirement.
Yep. Yeah, you can just see the attitude of Jonah's car now. The kind of the sweet spot, the window where the car is at its best, is gone, and the car is just moving around on him all the time.
Yeah, as over battle, Lambert is now 2 seconds behind Chris. I think still not gonna be enough to catch P5. But maybe with the mistakes again, mistakes can happen.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. Just outside the DRS, the gap is about 1.5
Let's
seconds.
see now. What's gonna be interesting to see is if Sonny has reserved any energy for the last lap, because he's closer than ever to Dragon. Maybe he's gonna try.
Yeah, well, they're about even on batteries, so there's no advantage there, but of course Sonny has the DRS, Dragon doesn't.
Let's see as we come down to the last lap. Sonny will he try?
Yep, the gap is half a
As
second.
there is yellow flag in sector 2. I think it's Furious. That's Furious.
That's Furious.
Really gonna prevent people to actually overtake each other. Lambert is also right behind Chris for the last lap.
Yeah, and he's gotten the DRS as well, crucially.
Let's see now. Wilson seems too far away to try and overtake. He has no more ERS outside of it, but now let's see, as Lambert is also gonna come to the DRS zone. He's behind, quite far behind to make a move, but maybe in the later part of the track he's gonna be able to do it, as Chris does a bit of a lockup. I feel like Lambert is closer to... I think maybe here.
Yeah, Chris made a mistake there. He took too much of the inside curve and unsettled the car. Bounced into the wall, had to back out of the throttle.
Let's continue with this battle. Let's see. For the second DRS zone, Chris locks up.
Yeah. Lambert with the wider lines get cut back, get the
but
drive off the
maybe
corner.
maybe not a
it's
good
not-
idea to clip the curb.
It's gonna be a late move. Yeah, not quite enough there.
Sliding a bit. But he's gonna be right behind him for the last sector. He must not try here, but
Yeah.
wait for the final corner to maybe try.
Yeah, I think he's run out of time. Meanwhile, Justin has won, Dragon
Yeah,
second,
that's
Sonny
everywhere.
third, Jonah fourth.
Just wanna see this last battle because maybe yes. Oh, Lambert almost lost it. I
Oh,
think that's
Lambert,
done.
yeah. Definitely no chance now. It'll come down to penalties.
Oh,
And Lambert gets it on penalties in the end.
he still try to amaze
Yeah.
us with his skills in this last lap.
Yeah. But realistically for Lambert after that first lap, I think P5 was, looking at Jonah, who didn't really have any trouble, P5 was probably the optimal for Lambert, and he's managed to deliver that, so in that respect a very good drive. Jonah, fantastic. In the end, only a second off the podium
well,
there.
You did call it driver of the day. I think. But I kind of want to give, it to Lambert, to be honest. I mean, his whole run to stay in front of Justin, that was something.
Yeah, quite impressive, but I think the point of the advanced strategy and its execution is to stay out of trouble like that, which he didn't manage to do. So I think in that respect, Jonah edges it out for the driver of the day, but it was a great drive by Lambert as well.
Penalty. Trevor Linden was 10 seconds behind Wimpy and is now ahead by 4 seconds. Wimpy must add a lot of penalty.
Yeah, he had 5 penalties, 15 seconds, as Hammer said.
Linden, you still got a point for a race which was quite...
Yeah. According to the game, Jonah and driver of the day. I'd have to agree on that one, personally.
And that's... yeah, okay. Sorry, but... That's cringe, but... sorry, no. Just move from the... Anyway. Just having robot animation in the game still makes me cringe, but that's a personal point of view. So yeah, great win still from Justin. He still didn't manage to keep it. As now we can see the final result. Justin finishing first with no penalty. I think he's one of the few people who has no penalty. Dragon finished P2, that's only P3. Jonah with an incredible race with a strategy P4. Lambert also semi-incredible P5. Chris is P6. And Granat is on P7 with some great battles with Ditsin on track. Tiled finished ahead of his teammate to finish P8. Larson has done a silent but good race to finish P9. And then Trevor Linden has finished just in the pond thanks to the penalty from Wimpy in P10. And then, as we did see, we have Wimpy, Furious, and Fadesy. And now I think it's gonna be turn for the interviews.
Yeah.
So,
general chat 4 for anyone who wants an interview.
okay.
Jonah popping in already, so we'll drag him in.
Jonah,
Hello, Jonah.
how does it feel to be named driver of the day by the game?
Really good, yes, really good.
Well,
Pretty much if you fuck up quality.
yeah, that's
Yeah, firstly just tell us what happened with quality. We know you invalidated the 134, which could put you near the front. So what happened?
The 134 on softs was just to get a delta. I didn't want to start on the softs. And my first run on the mediums didn't feel really good, so I backed off last sector because I got kind of blocked from a driver. I can't remember who it was. And then I wanted to do my second run, and I invalidated second to last corner. That was pretty unfortunate. So yeah. Then I needed to start PA18 and just drove my own race and try to reduce the damage.
On that, I want you to do something after the interview are over. Go speak to Limber and say to him thank you because he helped you a lot.
Who?
You were both on this. Yeah,
Lambert?
you were both on
Lambert,
the
you
same
mean?
strategy. And Lambert kept the top group.
Yeah, I saw that in the with the delta.
Yeah,
That helped me a lot.
But
Yeah.
still, again, it doesn't decrease your pretty good race you did, making work the strategy. So again, well done. But just last question
you.
from me. when you came out from the pit with the medium, what was your objective at that time? What position did you think you could get?
I knew I thought actually I could get to the group, top group. I didn't manage it in the end because the tire fell off quite heavily. I knew that I would catch them because I saw at the beginning how bad the hard is compared to the medium. So I knew that I could catch them, but yeah, I just tried to focus on my race, tried to not get penalties, which kind of didn't work. But yeah. I just tried to maximize the result to not let Justin run away with the championship.
Well, again, well done. I don't know if Pixel, you have any more question for or before driver of the day?
Not really. Well, maybe
Okay,
next time,
wow.
Maybe next time, don't mess up Polly so we can have an interesting race for the win.
No, Justin would have won anyway. His pace was way too fast. Like, there was this race. Congrats to him again. He was just too dominant today. Especially with no penalties.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
quite impressive.
I think we can bring him in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, boys.
Yeah,
I'm
thanks.
gonna hop off. See ya. Thanks for
Alright,
commentating. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll drag Justin in now.
Justin, well done on your win. But at some point of the race, I did say that's actually pretty great. You have a Mercedes because that looks like a Hamilton win. You took control, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I just practiced, and I don't know, for some reason Singapore just clicks with me. So yeah, I did my best to run away, and luckily I did.
Yeah, probably made it a little bit harder for yourself in the middle part of the race than you needed to. Talk us through the battle with Lambert, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that was painful to be behind, because I saw that me and Dragon were keeping like a 1.6 second gap in between, and I knew if I caught up to Lambert, I'd have difficulties overtaking him because I think it was 911 wings, so I had 0 straight line speed. So I knew I'd be stuck behind him for a little while. And then I saw the gap to, I think it was Silent, and who was it, Sunny? The gap was like 6 seconds, and then came down to 4, 3, until eventually we were all in like this big train. Lambert luckily didn't do, I think, a good third sector, so I tried going side by side, and then he completely outbraked himself and pushed me off wide, and then that just gave an easy pass for the rest behind, so it made it, as you say, more difficult than it should have been. But in the end, I kept my head down afterwards and said, all right, let me try and get out this DRS, and luckily I managed to do that.
Yeah. Arguably your most impressive feat of the race was the no penalties, which I believe he alluded to. Was that your goal, or was it just convenient that it worked out without penalties?
To be fair, yesterday when I was in Tier 1 SLR, I got 9 penalties. And then, well, I didn't write down, but I noted in my head where I should, approach differently. And it was the Singapore chicane, the quick left, right, before the awkward tunnel. I don't know how to call it, but it's like there.
Yeah, the Anderson Bridge, yeah.
Yeah, that. And I kept getting all my penalties there, so I thought going a bit quicker and then slower in the corner, and it worked out. But really, I wasn't thinking about penalties. I was really just head down and try and be as fast as I could, really. So penalties, I mean, towards the end, I was like, whoa, I have no penalties. And then,
I just have a last question from me. When you did see that Jonah was ahead of you, with still his hard tire from the start, and he did pit, were you afraid he might catch you by the end of the race?
Not really, to be honest, because not saying that he was slow, but I definitely knew that with, I think it was 3 cars behind me, all in a DRS train, I knew it would be very difficult. In the end, he did manage to catch up, and I think get like 4 seconds behind me. So I wasn't really too worried, but I definitely knew that he was a threat, had I have spun or, gotten maybe too many penalties. And yeah.
Okay, well, good enough. Well, you have the win, so that speaks for itself.
Yeah. Something to note in the context of the championship, with Jonah's P4 and you're coming first, the gap between yourself and Jonah is now down to just 1 point. Jonah still has the lead, but there's nothing in it.
Yeah, I mean, what's next week? Russia.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm. I definitely knew that if I had to try and close up the gap, it would be today, because I haven't actually learned Russia without line yet. So that's definitely gonna be a big disadvantage for me. So I just knew that it was today, or it'd be very difficult. And luckily, with 1 point, if I can get a top 5 finish next week, I'll be happy, to be honest. And then come back Japan, Mexico, Brazil, USA, Abu Dhabi are all very good tracks for me. So it'll be a tech championship battle, I think, towards the end. But if Russia could disappear as soon as possible, I'd be happy.
I think you're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Russia. Controversial opinion. I enjoy driving it. It's terrible for racing. I hate watching races there, but as a track to drive, I like
actually I kinda like the track, but yeah, I feel like that's just like 90 degrees corners and straight. But again, that's just personal opinion. Justin, thanks for coming for the interview. And good luck for the next race still, even if it's Russia.
Yeah, I need luck.
And again, solid race, good win, good job.
Yeah, that's more or less it. So
Yes.
Sonny looking for an interview. We'll drag him in now. Thanks for the interview, Justin, and best of luck in Russia.
Thanks.
Hello, Sonny.
Hey,
Hello.
You're not only a steward, I see.
Pardon? I
You're
don't
also a
think
pretty good driver.
Yeah. I mean, P3, not bad.
I think you must have been kinda mad about the fact that Dragon did the undercut on you and Silent.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I kind of lowered the wings in the pit to defend from the undercut to give myself a better chances of overtaking. So I kind of expected it. I just wanted to pit the same as Justin does, and that was my idea for it. But yeah, I think I had my chances to overtake Dragon, just didn't make it stick. And after I had my chances, because I was really close to making the move stick one time, I think I had one other chance, but it wasn't as close. And the last resort was to get him on penalties, which I didn't, because I mean, in normal race, if I was not reserve, I would probably just stick in his DRS and win it on penalties, because I had 3 seconds and he just picked 6 seconds of penalties, so I could just stick in his DRS for the rest of the race. But decided to maybe give it a try to get a revenge for SLR race when he also beat me on penalties. So yeah, there's that. Just took a different approach
I have
today.
a question, Sonny. You were behind Justin when he tried to overtake Lambert in Sector 3. What do you make of it? Because sadly for me on the cam I couldn't really see what happened. I did see Justin. There was a bit maybe of contact and Justin going through the corner. What is your point of view?
I didn't catch much of this accident. I saw them racing really close, so I wasn't looking what they are doing. I was more focused on not getting damage there, just to make sure that if there is a car spinning, I can avoid it. And just wanted to keep safe rather than judge the incident or look who is at fault. So I have it recorded, so maybe I'll watch it again. But I just wanted to stay safe, and this was
Yeah,
my
no, I'm not asking in
idea.
terms of like stewardiness-ish. It was more like if you are,
Okay.
were you that close that it was almost a big contact, maybe which could have happened.
Yeah, I wasn't even close to him to look for overtake. I used that more to try to overtake Dragon on the previous lap. So when I saw Justin battling with Lambert, I thought maybe Dragon will think of it like I can save battery and fuel right now when they're fighting, and I just need to be careful. So I thought maybe I can get a sneaky move on Dragon when he is not pushing, and it almost happened. I think like lap or two before, but just didn't make the move stick in the next corner.
Pixel, do you have any other question for me here?
Just curious. You obviously would have seen on the Delta, Jonah closing in quite rapidly. Were you concerned about Jonah, or did you figure you had it under control?
I think I wasn't afraid of the move on track. I was afraid on dropping the position on penalties, because the Ocean Chief trolled me a little bit in VC. He told me that Jonah is only 3 seconds with penalties, and I thought that I will be P4, but when I crossed the line, I was quite surprised. I think he told me, so I
Don't
pushed
worry,
more.
don't worry.
Yeah,
Chief kinda showed himself pretty good in the chat by telling the French word for the thing you have between your legs, which is pretty clever to do in a YouTube chat.
Okay, I will need to take a look at it.
It's almost the same as in German. You'll see it's easy.
Okay, I will make sure to watch the replay.
Anyway, well, again, still well done for your podium, Sonny.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
drive.
good drive.
And, well, see you maybe in Russia.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thanks very much for the interview, and best of luck next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
bye.
you guys. See you next week. Bye bye.
All right. See you, man.
So,
Bye.
well, don't know the word to wrap up the stream, but I guess, yeah, the next race is gonna be Russia.
Yeah, and immediately after this, about in about 20 minutes, give or take, Tier 1. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, so you got more action today, and then obviously next week in Russia.
Well, thanks, Pixel, for your help and your commentating, knowledge and skills.
Yep.
And thanks everyone for
Yeah, for sure.
thanks everyone for having watched this stream of the Singapore Tier 2 race for 2 SLR. Every time I want to say SLR, SRL. Not the same. Anyway,
Yep.
well, thanks everyone, and well, have a good night and a good next race, if I understand correctly. Bye.